In this video, my wife Pink Firefly and I are going to discuss Maldives, which is a archipelago, tiny little country in the Indian Ocean. It's a vacation spot. We spend about a week there, got a bunch of videos and photos to show you. And this is a picture of actually where we stayed. The way it works in Maldives and most resorts is that you actually stay on the water. They call it a water villa or ocean villa, and you're actually on the water. It's pretty awesome. So you just wake up in the morning and roll into the ocean, and it's great. And before we went, when we told people, hey, we're going to go to Maldives, we actually had several people, two that I have on my side, and some told Pink Firefly this, that, oh, Maldives, that is literally the best vacation I've ever taken in my entire life. And I said, really? And we went, and I think I might have to agree with them. This is probably one of the best vacations, if not the best vacation I've ever taken. Now, I'm a workaholic. I don't really take vacations. I did work while I was there. My wife really took a vacation. But in this video, we'll do a deep dive on how Maldives looks and works. So this is an overall map of the country. It is an archipelago type country. And what's important to note here is that you're not looking at islands. You're actually looking at atolls. And so all these little green lines that you're seeing, every little green line is 4 or 5 or 6 little tiny separate islands. The white part of the map is not land. That's just more shallow water. The green part is land. And so there are like hundreds, if not thousands of islands. I don't know how many. There's like a billion of them. Male is the capital city. That's where you fly into. I'll show you some videos on that in a second. To give you a better idea, here's a zoomed in map on just a few of the atolls. There's about 20, 25 major atolls. This is, a map of just 3 or 4 of them. And as you can see now, every little green smudge or dot is a separate island. So there are billions of islands. I'm exaggerating, but billions of islands in Maldives. And on this map here, every red word you see is a resort. And this is just a little tiny piece of Maldives. So there is literally, I believe the number is over 140 different resorts in Maldives. So just planning your vacation takes a week or two because you have all these choices to choose from. And it took Pink Firefly a lot of research to figure out what the best resort was that we went to. And normally what I do, and I did this time, is I just give her a budget. Here's how much I'll spend or will spend. And then you pick it because I like everything. But that gives you an example of how crazy this place is. There's a picture of Pink Firefly. If you didn't know, she is my wife. We were on the boat having some fun. And kind of nice thing about this is that when you move to Dubai, your wife looks at all these hot women in Dubai and she says, oh my God, I need to kick it up a notch. So Pink Firefly not only has lost a little weight since we've moved to Dubai, but she's hired a trainer. You can tell she's got the makings of a 6-pack in there. She'll have a full 6-pack in a few months. Pretty awesome. So if you're married to a really attractive woman and you want to make her even more attractive, move to Dubai, then she'll get even more attractive. Kind of nice. This is us on the same boat. Of course, I am always the sexier of the two with my cool Conan O'Brien hairstyle there. Yes, obviously. It's hard to tell in this photo here, but I'm actually dancing. I'm doing the Tom Cruise dance from Tropic Thunder because that's just how I roll. And the guy here is saying, you have to be careful dancing on the boat. You might fall off. I said, chill out, Apu. It's all good. That's how I roll. So the first thing you do is you get on a seaplane. When you land in Malé, you hop on a seaplane here. That's kind of how it looks. Then you have about anywhere from a 15 to 40 minute seaplane ride. This is some shots from the seaplane. Beautiful, crazy. This was so fun. You can see some of the atolls down there. I would have paid money to actually do this, to actually just fly around the islands. That's how fun it was. Pink Firefly was a little nervous. She'd never been in a seaplane before. It was a little loud for her. But just amazingly beautiful stuff. You just pass over these islands. You also get other ideas for other resorts you could go to as you head to your resort. So you land, it looks a little bit like this. We were on an island called Kanafushi. Here's one shot of how it looked. This is now a little closer to our villas. So the water is perfect, very similar to Hawaii. That place right there is actually a restaurant and there's the villas on the water. So this is our walk to get out to our villas. Those are the villas on the left. We're actually on the further end. I wanted to get a villa further out because I figured it'd be quieter. Although it was very quiet. Very few people were on this island. Not sure why, but we had not quite to ourselves, but it's great. So you actually walk out on the water here. It's pretty great. Here's how it looks as it gets a little closer. Not sure why the phone is blurry here, but you can see it's built on stilts. You're literally in the water. You're right over the water. There's actually windows that go down into the water, you'll see. So here is actually inside our villa, walking in. This is already after we've been here a day or two. That's my computer set up over there. And this is the main living room. I actually closed the window there because the sun is very bright. You go out here, there's the back. So we had a pool in the back, and there's some stairways going down. You can literally just hop into the ocean. There's my blue t-shirt. We actually bought that little floaty thing for my wife to lay on the beach. Or actually, I should say the pool. It's kind of nice because women are a little scared of going in the water. At least my woman is, my wife. So she was spending a lot of time in the pool there. There you go. So I did this every morning. You just go right down there, swim in the ocean, cool off in the pool if you want, and you can spray off. And that was my shower. So I think I only took 2 showers the whole week we were there. There's a little hatch portal glass. You actually see the water right under the villa, which is pretty cool. And let's see. So you go in here. This is the closet. All this crap is, of course, Pink Fireflies. I travel with 1 small bag. She travels with 14,000 bags because she's a Barbie girly girl. Oh, look, there she is in the bathtub. Down there again, this glass, you can actually walk on it. You see fish down there and manta rays and all kinds of cool shit. Bathroom, we each have our own little sink. There's the backyard again. There's little Miss Firefly saying hello. They did a little, the maids did a little rose, chick bath for her. Great. I didn't take a bath. Why would I take a bath? That's stupid. I was out in the ocean the whole time. But that's how it looks there. Pretty cool. Big shower, which I think I only used twice. And that's the bathroom. And let's look down there again, once again, at the perfect green water. I spent a lot of time in that water. I had a lot of salt in my hair. It was great. Pretty awesome. The bathroom was a little warm. The rest of the villa is air conditioned because it's pretty warm in Maldives. But there you go. This is a better shot of our, quote, backyard during sunset. I mean, this was a typical evening there. Amazing. The water is perfect, perfect temperature. The pool, the rocks. I mean, beautiful. On one of the days, they when you leave your villa, they come in. The maids actually come twice a day, and they actually set this up. They take little reeds, and they put little messages on your bed. And it really wasn't our anniversary, but when we reserved it, they want you to celebrate something, a birthday, an anniversary or something. So they said, are there any special occasions? Well, no, this is our vacation. Like, are you sure there aren't any special occasions? So this was kind of the halfway midpoint between our anniversaries. So we just said, okay, it's our anniversary, fine. And those of you who know more detail about my marriage, I consider our anniversary on December 31st because that's the day we moved in together. She considers our anniversary in August, which is when we had our wedding ceremony. But there you go. And of course, I had to actually take these little letters and rearrange the letters to make it look like this because I am a mature adult and, I wanted something a little more appropriate to my lifestyle. So there you go. And actually, Pink Firefly actually laughed. I don't because we are both mature adults. Hey, take your top off. Then you won't get a suntan. Oh, it's tan line.
I know, I should.
So, how much does a trip like this cost? Well, we spent, what did we spend? We're here for 6 days. And I think I spent $5,000, I think, for this. You get an entire villa with a pool. And that's all inclusive. It includes all your food and stuff. It does not include your flight, although we live in Dubai. This is Maldives. It's only like a 4-hour flight. Flight wasn't very expensive. So, I mean, it's within reason, I guess. I don't know. It depends how much money you make. Sometimes when I say things like, you can go anywhere in the world round trip for $800, which is true, plane ticket, people go, I don't have $800. Well, can you make $800? I mean, I didn't have $800 once, and then I made it. So it's just a matter of time, and a matter of willpower, and a matter of efforts. It's not that hard. It just takes a little time. This is where you actually have dinner or lunch. You have dinner or lunch right at the water. This was one of the many spots on the island. There's about 4 or 5 spots on the island. It's all inclusive, so the food is all included. You don't have to pay for anything. This is when we were on the boat. So this is the view of our villas. Our villa is like the 4th one from the left there. And this is just another shot of how they look. Pretty cool. This was sunset on the water, on the boat. Amazingly beautiful. I couldn't believe it. I've been in some beautiful places, but this is one of them. Now, what you're going to see here, watch carefully, tons of dolphins. There are dolphins all over the place. Just watch the camera more carefully. You'll start to see them. There's one over there. There are just giant schools of dolphins. They will jump up out of the water and spin around and crash. The younger ones, like little kids, the teenagers, there's one right in front of us there. Pretty cool. And rarely do you not see these. in Maldives. They don't swim right up to your villa, but they're really close. We were not very far out of this boat. We were still far enough to easily see our villas from here. And you can see how many, there's some splashing over there they were fighting. Tons of these. There's one right there. And this is really exciting because I like to see that there's one jumping out in the water. That's awesome. You have sharks. I'll talk about that in a minute. You have manta rays. You've got fish. You've got all kinds of crazy shit. And we actually did a fish feeding. But look, there's still dolphins. They're there. They just hang out. And dolphins are very friendly and they're very brave. They come right out of the boat and they say, hey, how you doing? And Pink Firefly lost her mind. She said, look, everybody, look, there's dolphins. Like, yeah, they can see them, sweetheart. There's another one. She got very, very excited. She likes the animals. So there you go. Pretty fun. We did this, let's see, we did this at least twice.
So last night, my wife and I are staring out. We're in the pool. We're looking out into the water, and it was at the nighttime. And this giant manta ray, swims by. And my wife, if you have no context for what that is or what it looks like, or, she's like, oh my God, what's that? So it's a manta ray. So they're sharks. I said, they're probably not sharks in the water. Probably not. So she went back in, and I'm sitting there watching right here. And of course, right maybe within 5 minutes of her going back inside, there's a shark. It's a leopard shark. Big, long, skinny shark swims right by. Like, oh, great. I was just swimming in that water just a few minutes ago. Awesome. They're not sharks that actually eat people. They're actually very skittish. There are also white-tip reef sharks here. Fortunately, they don't eat humans. But there you go. So what is your favorite thing about this resort and your least favorite thing?
I love the pool.
You like the pool. And this is the first time you've been in a pool since you were a teenager, right?
Yeah.
What's your least favorite thing?
The snacks. There's literally no snacks here unless you want a Mars bar or chips. Like if you're hungry.
What's wrong with Mars bars and chips?
I know, but if you're like hungry between meals, I do little snacks throughout the day. There's no like oranges or apples or healthy stuff. Unless you can find a place and steal it. There's literally none. So it's like you have to stuff yourself.
I did that the other day. So we were at the buffet, and you're not allowed to take stuff home. So I took a napkin, and I put a bunch of crackers and cheese and like little sandwiches, and wrapped them up in a napkin and shoved it in my pocket and smuggled it back to our villa. It was all mashed when I got back, but it was better than nothing.
So the snacking is bad. And then the bathroom, there's no AC, so it's literally hotter in there than it is out here.
Which only matters if you're a girl putting on makeup.
There are several restaurants on the island. Again, the majority of them are included in your package. Some of them cost extra. This is one of the main ones. We were here almost every night. They have different little, motifs every night. Kind of fun. This is one of the evenings where you can't really tell because it's nighttime. We're actually right on the water. I mean, the waves are right there. And so you can actually sit eating right by the water. It's very relaxing. It was awesome. You got these little bastards walking all over the place. I almost stepped on that son of a bitch. I'm like, dude, I could have killed you. You got to be careful. And just to give you an idea, this is right at the restaurant. So you've got crabs, hermit crabs, all kinds of stuff walking around. Hilarious.
Temperature here in Maldives is hot. It is right on the equator. And what's funny is you'll check your phone. It'll say like 89 feels like 104 because of the humidity, because it's 75% humidity most days. So year round, if you look at like Wikipedia or something for the temperature of Maldives, let's get Pink Firefly's ass right there. There we go. If you look at like, temperature, average temperature throughout the year, you'll see like 89, 89, 89 every month. But the humidity makes it feel much hotter. So it's hot here. And it's one of those things you have to get used to. And I live in Dubai now, so I'm used to a lot of heat, much better than I used to be many years ago living in the Pacific Northwest. But it's tolerable heat if you're accustomed to heat. It's the best I can say. And this is actually one of the best times to go. The best times to go in Maldives is similar to Dubai. You want to go from November to, what'd they say, March, right? November to March. And this is now tail end of March, early April. So this is the beginning of their summer. So it's starting to get really hot here. Hotter, even though it's hot year round, because again, it's on the equator. Very similar to Singapore, where it's just hot year round and humid year round. And you ask people, how do they do this? It's interesting, I didn't move to Singapore because it was too humid year round. And I'm curious now the pandemic is over, I'll be doing a lot of Asia stuff in 2024. Be curious when I go back to Singapore and spend a week there, if I will feel as badly about the temperature, about the climate there, as when I first visited there, 12, 13 years ago. I'm like, oh my God, I can't do this. Maybe it'd be a lot easier. I don't know. Have to figure that out. I'll let you know when I go back to Singapore next year.
This is where we had our massages. That was also included in the package. She likes to get her feet rubbed a lot. I like my whole body rubbed. It's funny how different people like different types of massages. She likes the very soft massages. I like it when the woman like hurts me and like drills right into my muscle. I go, ah! And she goes, oh, I'm sorry. Does that hurt? I said, yes, it hurts. That's good. Keep hurting me. That's good. Please continue. And that's it. That's Maldives. Hope this has been useful. If you like more of these videos, I will certainly do more of these travel videos. I have at least a few more planned for other countries. I'll see you soon.